I love creating the podcast. If you have enjoyed the episodes in any way, the best way to support me is my subscription link. For as little as $3 a month, you can help support the time and production cost included in producing the podcast.
My name is Barbara Ann Briggs, and I am a certified teacher of Transcendental Meditation and also the author of 2 books, Pilgrimage on the Path of Love, a novel of visionary fiction which has been hailed as the perfect amalgamation of spiritual awakening and self-discovery. I'm also the author of The Contribution of Maharshi's Vedic Science to Complete Fulfillment in Life. I'm a poet and a freelance journalist with numerous articles published in many different parts of the world. In this podcast, The Essence of Life, we will begin to understand the meaning of what is actually the essence of life and where can we find it. If you enjoy this podcast, please click the support the show link after the show notes and make a monthly donation. I would also appreciate your feedback on this podcast. Please hit the like button if you like it, and please share your comments. I would also like to know of any other topics you would like me to create a podcast about. Thank you for that. The subject of today's podcast is the qualities of pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is a state in which consciousness knows itself. Usually when we want to know anything, there are 3 aspects of knowledge: the knower, the process of knowing, and the known. And these 3 objects are separated from each other. But in the state of pure consciousness, the knower, the process of knowing, and the known exist in a state of unified wholeness. There is no separation between the knower, the process of knowing, and the known. The state of pure consciousness is a state of knowingness in which the self knows itself, within itself, by itself. We're all familiar with the saying of the Delphic oracle, "Know thyself." The only way that the self can know itself completely is by transcending the surface level of the mind. The mind itself can be compared to an ocean. There are many different waves bobbing up and down on the surface of the ocean. The mind is like an ocean. A thought starts from the deepest level of the mind, just as a bubble starts from the deepest level of the ocean. And as the thought becomes more and more expressed, it rises up to the surface level of the mind, and then it's appreciated as a thought. In this analogy, we can see that there are more active levels of the mind on the surface, and if there could be a way of allowing the mind to settle down to progressively quieter and quieter and quieter levels of the thinking process, the mind could actually transcend thinking completely and experience the very source of thought. The source of thought is a state of infinite silence. It is a state of pure consciousness, in which consciousness is fully wide awake within itself, to itself, And this is a state of pure knowledge, pure knowingness. The state of pure consciousness is a state which is effortlessly experienced during the practice of the transcendental meditation technique. During the practice of the technique, the mind is actually enabled to take a direction inward. Normally, the mind is always focused in the outward direction, and it's focusing through the five senses of hearing, touching, seeing, tasting, smelling. But with the transcendental meditation technique, we use a mantra which allows the mind to take the inward direction, and the mind begins to spontaneously move in the direction of increasing happiness. And as the mind settles down to quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter levels of the thinking process, there's also an increase in the state of inner contentment, inner happiness. The experience of coming to the state of pure consciousness, the deepest, most silent, most settled state of the mind, is like an experience of coming back home. We are coming to that state of infinite freedom, perfect balance, infinite silence, a state of pure being. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, the founder of the Transcendental Meditation Technique, has said, and I quote, "Experience shows that being is bliss consciousness, the source of all thinking, of all existing creation. It lies out of relative existence, where the experiencer or mind is left awake by itself, in full awareness of itself, without any experience of an object. The conscious mind reaches the state of pure consciousness, which is the source of all thinking. The almighty creative intelligence of the Absolute is the source of all intelligence. Being is the source of all power. It is the source of all nature and of the natural laws which maintain the different forms and phenomena in creation. The essential nature of being is absolute bliss consciousness. Without the knowledge of the fundamental of life, absolute bliss consciousness, life is like a building without a foundation. All relative life, without the conscious basis of being, is like a ship without a rudder, ever at the mercy of the tossing sea. It is like a dry leaf on the ground, left to the mercy of the wind, drifting aimlessly in any direction the wind takes it, for it has no roots to anchor it. The life of the individual without the realization of being is baseless, meaningless, and fruitless. Thus, being is that which is the basis of life, gives it meaning, and makes it fruitful." End quote. The experience of pure consciousness is an experience of pure being. It is the experience of pure knowledge, knowledge of the self. It is an experience in which the self is fully wide awake within itself. It is an experience of unmanifest wholeness of life. It has also been described as the simplest state of human awareness. It is a state of perfect balance. It is a fully self-referral state, an experience of the self by itself within itself. It is an experience of all possibilities. It is an experience of freedom, unboundedness, bliss, invincibility, infinite organizing power, as the whole power to create comes from this field of pure creativity, the source of thought, the field of pure consciousness. It is a state of perfect orderliness, It is a state of infinite silence. The experience of pure consciousness is the most nourishing experience we can have as human beings. It nourishes the whole field of life, just as watering the root of a garden nourishes petals of the flower, the leaf, the stem. Every aspect of the flower is nourished by the one simple operation of watering the root. When we water the root of life, when we experience the state of pure consciousness, every aspect of life is nourished spontaneously. This is the benefit of the experience, the direct experience of pure consciousness, available to everyone through the practice of transcendental meditation, a simple, natural, effortless technique to experience the simplest state of human awareness. I invite you to subscribe to this podcast so that we can share many more episodes related to unfolding the very essence of life. And I look forward to many more episodes in which we embark upon the quest of self-knowledge together. A new episode will be uploaded every 2 weeks. You are also invited to go to www.barbaraannbriggs.com to learn more about my work. Until next time, very best wishes.